You went local on me.
I did. I had to go with the Pete's Most Wanted.
Is that any good? I haven't tried
it yet. I kind of don't want to open it though. I really don't. Like, we got this and like told Jack, I was like, I mean, we could break out some chips and eat this, but like, do we really want to? Like, I mean, it's cool. It's like become a new decor. I want to see how long it lasts in the jar. So
you can wash the jar out when you're done and use it as a pencil cup or something.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. All right.
Or poke holes in it and go catch lightning bugs at night and put them in there.
There you go. Lunch has been decided for this afternoon then. Welcome, everybody, to Zia Comic Weekly as we get ready to nerd out for the next half hour. Of course, we are your gatekeepers of the nerdum. Myself and Mick Boo.
I'm the gatekeeper. Are you the keymaster?
Yes. Speaking of Mick Boo, so did you get your McRib?
Not yet. I saw you guys did.
Yeah, we made a whole, I don't know, but as of late, our demographic definitely has been flooding McDonald's. If it isn't for the adult Happy Meal to the Pales to the McRib, they definitely got us.
Nostalgia sells.
Man, let me tell you, it definitely does. But Jackie wasn't lying. And expensive.
They ain't cheap, but in this, they might not bring them back. This might be the last time.
Okay, so like, are we for reals about that? Like, are they really not going to bring them back, or is this just like another one of those like, hey, we're not bringing it back, and then it comes back like the Mexican pizza?
If I had to guess, if it made money, yeah, they're bringing it back. I mean, it's not even meat in it. It's just kind of like wet cardboard with barbecue sauce on it.
You know what? But something about that wet cardboard and barbecue sauce. Man.
And a pickle and a little bit of onion.
I tell you what, though, I was a little excited because they added extra onions in mine. I was like, all right, this is going to be good. Of course, it wasn't good for the rest of the day when they're like, why does it smell like onions in the studio?
Why does my stomach keep growling?
It's the big show. They had McRibs. Of course, the McRib is back. And like Troy said, this could be, and I even saw it on the sign. They said it was the farewell tour for them. So,
well, it's like those furniture stores that are always having to going out of business sell. This is the last time for the McRib. You're never going to see it again. You better buy a bunch, freeze them.
Better get them now because they're never coming back. And then Christmas is here. Get the Christmas McRib. Start the new year off with the McRib.
The turkey McRib for Thanksgiving.
Nothing says I love you like a Valentine's Day McRib. Easter's here. Have a McRib.
You might be onto something there. Hey, McDonald's, if you're listening, that's free right there. The rest of it you have to pay for.
I mean, I got the rest of the holidays locked down, so we won't say anymore after that. So yeah, but no, we got our McRibs, and yeah, I mean, it's good just for it's just like anything. They come back, you enjoy it once, then you're good to go. Just like, the pumpkin spice lattes and all the other great stuff. Yeah,
I'm not a big pumpkin stuff.
I'm not a big pumpkin guy. I don't really care now. Even when it comes to Thanksgiving pies, I'm more the pecan and all that other stuff. But I'm not a big pumpkin fan. My wife loves pumpkin, so we're getting in line for it.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the Shamrock Shake. That's my jam.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, the Shamrock Shake, peppermint mochas, and and that gets me in the holiday spirit.
Speaking my language.
I tell you, man. I tell you, it's all peppermint mochas and Shamrock Shakes on this show. That's
kind of cool chill.
Oh man. So tomorrow, pretty big day for all of us with Halloween Fest 2022. Of course, your costume contest being brought to you by our good friends at Zia Comics. So y'all better not disappoint with them costumes because we're looking for some of the best. And we mentioned this last week. We go all out when it comes to costumes in this area.
Yeah, this area, the Southwest, Cruces and El Paso, man, the costumes in this area are just crazy good.
Yeah,
And
no,
this is the perfect opportunity to dust those things off, bring them out. It's been 2 years, right?
I say this is going to be one of the biggest Halloween fests that we have, just because I was talking earlier to somebody and I said, I think this is the year that everybody's like, okay, let's go out, let's go have some fun. And Halloween fest is on a Friday before you go into the weekend. So
Yeah, that's going to be crazy, man. Well, I mean, I remember the past times you guys did Halloween Fest or Trunk or Treat or whichever name you were calling it at that point, and it drew a big crowd then. And so now, you got people post COVID are ready to get out and let loose.
yeah,
It's hard to believe COVID was just like a year ago.
I
I
know. So
blocked it out of my mind.
March 2020 is when I think everybody
Mhm.
I know for a fact that's when me and Jackie were like the last ones in the building. They were like, hey, everybody go home and we're gonna start doing this. And it's crazy to think that here we are now, October of 2022, and it's like, man, it just seems like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I remember during COVID standing out there, being the only one at the store, being the only one basically in all of downtown Las Cruces. I could just stand there in the middle of the street and nothing, no cars. I don't even think the birds were chirping. It was it was desolate.
Even even the birds are like, hey, when you go home, we need to wash our hands and
We're
cover our
staying in the
mouths when we
nest.
cough.
Yeah.
Yeah, Halloween Fest, of course, kicks off 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. You're gonna want to get signed up for that costume contest. We have, I believe, 5 categories.
Yep.
And I think the one that always goes big is that family category. That one, especially if you got the whole, the kids, the group, whatever. I think that one is always the big one that everyone gets excited for.
Yeah. When they theme it all together, it's just it adds another level onto the costumes.
So I made it a point that you will not miss me. My costume, you are going to be able to see me from the CVS at down the street.
All the way from the
That's how,
roundabout.
yes, from the roundabout, you will be able to see me. So, yeah, if you're looking for me, trust me, you'll be able to find me tomorrow.
That
I'm not gonna
also
let
means
him.
you won't be able to hide.
Exactly. So, I mean, you're not gonna see this face, but you're gonna see my costume. It's just, yeah, it's definitely gonna be something. I'll probably be a landmark at some point that everybody, I need you to line up by Joey.
Go to Joey and then turn
Yeah,
left.
exactly. So, yeah. So now that we kind of, I was a little worried that I wasn't gonna find my costume, but I think we're ready to go.
Yeah, well, it's
So.
more than just costumes because you guys got a bunch of vendors and some food trucks are going to be there. So it's no reason to leave downtown, man. Come down, do some shopping, eat, show off your costume,
Exactly,
and
man.
go
I mean,
home
it's
and
just
sleep it off.
that's what I like. And then it's not gonna be that cold either. I mean, it's gonna be, I believe it's like upper
Uh,
60s, just a little bit, but I mean, it's around that time. I mean, I think a lot of us are already breaking out the sweaters and everything else. So it's just perfect, man.
yeah, I mean, this is the best time of year. It's not blazing hot. It's not freezing cold.
Yeah.
It's good.
Just like Miss Congeniality, you only need a light jacket. Oh
Oh,
man. So
gee.
it's gonna be a blast, man. Halloween Fest. Make sure you guys go on out there. Of course, look out for myself, Troy, Jackie, and I'm sure you'll see Martine running around too. So we're all gonna be. But like I said, Troy, you're gonna spot me from a mile away. This is so bad. I cannot drive in my costume. I have to like get there and change somewhere because it just won't fit in the car. So,
Oh, wow. So it's not that it's bright. It's just massive.
oh, it's bright too. Trust me. Like, we may need to call air traffic control to let them know, no, keep going.
Yeah.
The airport's that way.
As well, if
Not,
you fall over, you're gonna need help getting back up with this costume.
I'll be honest, if I fall over, you're not even gonna know if I fell or not. You're gonna be like, oh, that's a cool costume. Like, I'm really trying not to let out, the cat out the bag, but when I was trying it on, I was sitting down and my wife was like, "Hey, you should sit down." I was like, "I've been
I,
sitting down for the
yeah.
last 5 minutes." She's like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I've been sitting down in this costume."
It's
Okay.
got his own little seat built into it.
Pretty much. So this is gonna be the laziest Halloween fest for me. They're like, all you do is sit around. Well, I kind of have to. It comes with the costume.
The only other thing you do is maybe put on some roller skates and have people just push you around.
Oh no, that would scare me, especially because I don't have full vision. Oh man, that would
Oh,
really,
you just
yeah.
have to
So
trust Martine.
I don't know. I've been picking on him a lot this week, so that's probably not the guy I want to ask. And the last time that I was in a costume and Jackie had to lead me, I ended up going to El Patio. So
Yeah, they'll push you into one of the porta potties and leave you.
I know, right? I was like, why am I over here by the bank? What's going on? Like, and I'm not even at the bank that's downtown. I'm at the bank that's on North Main. So,
Have the
oh
homeless
man,
people
it's going.
breaking off pieces of your costume to burn.
I don't know, man. We'll see. All I know is, Troy, you'll be able to spot me when you get there. You'll know when I arrive. So, well, let's get to some of our what's been going on this week. A lot has been happening. Of course, Black Adam, a #1 movie at the box office, a little low to the predictions that we had talked about last week. I know we had mentioned 137 million. Comes in $67 million, still #1, The Rock's biggest opening box office ever. So he takes #1. Did you get a chance to see Black Adam?
Man, I've been so busy. I'm planning on seeing it after this weekend because I got an event on Friday with you guys. I got an event on Saturday. Then I'm going to go to the Mesilla Valley Maze. So I'm thinking Monday's going to be the first opportunity I have.
I mean, I didn't get a chance to. We had plans to see it on Tuesday. And yeah, we just didn't get a chance to. And I mean, I really
Yeah.
wanted to take my son, but he's still at that age where it's like he may not be okay with theaters just yet. So as much as dad's a fan, I think I might have to go on this one without him. So but yeah, it's 67,000, 67,000, 67. If it was 67,000, it'd
Oof.
be a different story. But $67 million that it makes. I think by now a lot of people have picked up what happened at the end as far as what the future means for DC. And I think the big news is that dun, 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 he is back, everybody.
Yeah. The Rock had his way. The directors told him, no, we don't want Henry Cavill. So he just went around them to the studios and said, hey, look, you want me for another movie? You're bringing in Henry.
Yeah. So
Right.
apparently this was
Yeah,
8
okay.
years in the working, man. Like
Yeah.
this is an 8-year fight that I don't think a lot of us realized.
Yeah. I mean, they've been teasing him as Black Adam for at least 8 years, if not a little more. And I'm just glad to see it finally came to fruition. That was a long way, but I don't know if what other actor would be able to pull it off as well as The Rock. It looks like he was made for this role.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems everything, fitted for a superhero movie of The Rock's caliber. So far, from what I've heard from people that say that have seen it, they said they really enjoyed it. I think a lot of people don't seem to give DC movies a fair shot like they do Marvel, because I think our expectation definitely is like when we know we're going to see Marvel movie, we know like Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, high expectations. With DC, I think we're just like, are we going to get disappointed again, or what's going to happen?
That's probably set to change in the future because you saw who DC hired to lead DC Studios, Mr.
Yeah. So
James Gunn.
yeah, and for those that are wondering, well, is it going to be any good? Well, when you see a lot of Suicide Squad and Peacemaker costumes, they're headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean James Gunn. Disney kind of snubbed him there in the beginning about some tweets he made 10 years ago,
Hmm.
and they were quick to fire him. But then DC came knocking on the door, like, hey man, we got some projects for you. And he was doing both for a while. He did Marvel and DC movies, one or two of them, and now they handed him over the keys to the DC Studios University. Say, here you go,
Yeah,
this is yours, Mr. Gunn.
it's business, and I believe this will be we do have a Guardians of the Galaxy movie that is going to be coming out, a holiday one on Disney Plus, but then we get the third one, and then I think that's it.
I think that's all he's involved with. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, let's see who else takes it from there. But James Gunn, I mean, I think it's a pretty big name to go over there and really kind of recalibrate everything for DC. And I mean, if you guys love Peacemaker, I think we're in for a heck of a ride with some of the other projects.
Yeah, I mean James Gunn's a proven entity. He makes money with his movies, and they're pretty enjoyable. So Marvel, you screwed up.
Yeah, so I don't know. Speaking of Marvel, did you get a chance to see the Ant-Man, Quantumania trailer?
Yes, and wow.
Yeah.
I don't know how they could afford to go to Quantumania and shoot on location like that.
Right? They had the budget, Marvel makes trillions of dollars. They had the budget. They could do it.
Yeah, this is ever since Loki, they've been setting up Kang as the new big bad, and this is the continuation on that. So we're gonna start seeing Kang a lot more, and you're gonna find out just how formidable of a bad guy he really is.
Yeah, I think, with this one, this is gonna be a darker movie. I have a feeling. I know, I mean, we're used to the comedy. I mean, we got Michael Pena that will be in there, and he'll give us our recaps and stuff. I have a feeling that this one's gonna be a little bit more on the, you know, not as funny, but you're gonna have one of those like, "Oh, man, what's about to happen? Like, is someone gonna die or what's gonna happen?" I think it's gonna be a little bit more of a serious movie for this one.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be as much in your face funny. They're probably going to be, little moments here and there where somebody says or does something funny, but I think you're right. Overall, it's going to be a lot darker, more serious tone to this movie.
Yeah. So that one we can expect next year. And then, like you said, that's leading up to Kang. We're gonna see that. I know eventually we will get that Avengers movie with the Kang Dynasty.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it kind of caught me off guard because literally we were in a meeting and then I'm, I probably shouldn't be admitting this. I was on Facebook during a meeting, right? And then I see this and I'm like, no, it's the trailer. And I like, I'll be right back. I was like, I'm getting a phone call. I went to the back office to watch this trailer while a meeting's going on. So yeah,
You're telling on yourself now. I hope
I kinda am really at this. I think they knew what I was doing at this point. I can't even hide it. I think they were just kinda like,
his
okay."
phone didn't even ring. What's he?
I know, right? Yeah, I think that's how they caught on. It's like his phone wasn't ringing. What is he doing? So, yeah, no, we got that. Yeah, I just superhero movies are alive and well. Marvel, DC, I think we're gonna be okay for the next at least the next couple months.
Yeah, well, even some of the independents, because I don't know if you ever saw Invincible, was on Netflix or Amazon. Really good animated show based on the comic book. So, uh, I mean, it's getting past just the big two. It's not just Marvel and DC.
Mm.
They're branching out and starting to pick, these properties from independent comics as well, and making, big money productions with them.
But I think if you find I think if you find the right storyteller to put what you see in the comics onto the screen, you're definitely going to attract an audience. I mean, one that's really surprised me was The Good Boys. Just not The Good Boys,
The Boys,
The Boys. I don't know why I said The Good Boys. I was thinking of
they're
I
not
was thinking
good
of me.
by
I was
any
just thinking of me.
sense.
No, I was thinking of myself. Sorry, Troy, conceited over here. But no, I think that is one that really has caught a lot of people's attention because, it's on Amazon Prime. A lot of people may not necessarily have the service, but to see like even through Twitter just how much it's gained attention that it doesn't have to be your traditional Marvel DC. It could be something that's far out there and there's an audience for it.
Yeah, and especially as brutal as The Boys are. If you've ever watched it, they don't pull any punches with the violence and the gore.
I think that's gonna be one of the ones that I binge during the holiday season because you're always looking for something good to watch, during the holidays when you've, had a bunch of turkey and you can't move.
Well,
So
make sure the kid's asleep. You don't want him seeing any of the depravity and blood and violence going on in The Boys.
yeah, that one will have to wait. So
Yeah,
he'll have
you'll
to
scar him for life.
or see if his mom wants to take him Black Friday shopping. Hey, you should take him shopping, and I'll stay home and watch The Boys. Some news on other releases that are coming out. I don't know if you saw this movie. Little movie called Sausage Party with Seth Rogen back in the day.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, well, it looks like they are coming back. They're getting their own series
What?
on Prime Video, and most of the cast
Uh,
is coming back.
all the
Seth
voice
Rogen is
cast?
coming
Ed
back.
Norton?
Yes. Well, they've only listed like 3 people, and Seth, Kristen Wiig, and I think Jonah is gonna make an appearance. Their boy, they'll obviously make their cameos. But yeah, they're getting their own series on Prime Video.
That was the most irreverent movie that I love. I actually own the Blu-ray.
Do you?
Yes, sir.
That was one of those movies that I went to the theaters and saw and felt really awkward being in the theaters watching that, because
Should
it
I
was a
laugh?
packed
Is
theater.
everybody else laughing?
It was a packed theater, especially there towards the end. I was like, this is very awkward. So
Yeah, there was a lot of racial stereotyping, sexual innuendos, straight up sexual situations with
it,
food.
yeah. So, let's just say if you were on a first date for that movie, it probably wouldn't have gone well to go eat after you watch that movie.
You gonna finish your bagel?
Right. So what do you feel like eating for dinner? Oh no, hot dogs? That sound good?
No.
No. I tell you what, let's just get something to drink and go home. I don't feel like no. So yeah, they're gonna be getting a show on Amazon Prime. Have you been
Wow.
keeping up with House of Dragon?
I am. I think I have a couple episodes left to finish it off, but wow, yeah. So far, I think it has surpassed Game of Thrones, all 8 seasons with just this one season, and that's mostly because of Matt Smith. He's got the character that you're supposed to hate. You're not supposed to like Damon, but for some reason you kind of sympathize with him.
And it's when this show was originally starting, and like I said, I've never really kept up with Game of Thrones, but the biggest thing that you would hear people say is, can this live up to what's been done in the past? And it seems like it's surpassed expectations.
I think it has. I mean, it's not really a new storyline. Family politics and power. uh,
Yeah.
That's a lot of movies out there. It's just the characters and the way they've developed the characters, and dragons. Dragons always sell.
I mean, if you throw a dragon in there, I mean, you're in business. So yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of buzz, and I believe the next season won't come out until 2024. So
I can believe it.
a lot of waiting, a lot of waiting. I mean, between that, Stranger Things, and Squid Games, 2024 is about to be amazing, but we got to wait
Forgot
that
about
long.
Squid Games. You're
Yeah.
still seeing costumes for Squid Games. You'll probably see a few tomorrow. Squid
Yeah.
Game costumes.
What is what? I mean, we mentioned Squid Games. What is another costume you think you're going to see a lot of tomorrow at Halloween Fest?
You always, Harley Quinn is just timeless. Everybody loves Harley Quinn. So you'll probably see a ton of her. I'm going to say there's going to be a smattering of Air Force flight suits. Other than that, I don't know. Probably a lot of anime. It's going to be a lot of anime costumes. It's starting to shift toward anime characters a lot.
Yeah.
With the
I mean,
costumes.
I think you're really starting to see a generation thing too, because I think the days of I'm going to be Superman, I'm going to be Batman, and now you're going to see more, anime, and I'm Dragon. I was telling you I was going to have Matthew dress up as Goku, but I was like, it's too cold for him to be Goku because he's going to freeze himself. So I was like, we went with something that was a little more warmer for him, but. Yeah, no, I think the one costume we'll probably see a lot of, and I don't know why, I have this feeling, Deadpool for some reason.
He's pretty much a mainstay. Harley Quinn and Deadpool. They never go. You might see a few more She-Hulks than normal because of the series. I've noticed from my experience this year, there's been a ton of Moon Knight costumes.
That's another one.
Yeah, Moon Knight and Mr. Knight, with the suit, because they're relatively easy to do. You just get white.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's easy to put together, and I'm always a sucker for homemade costumes. If you got a homemade costume and you put some time, like I mentioned in the past, Jackie is amazing at doing homemade costumes. Like her costumes stand out to me more than any costume I've ever bought because it's homemade and it's from either a show, whether it's Bride of Frankenstein, if it's she was a character from Mad TV back in the day. I mean, but it's those little the touch of homemade that makes it so much better and it stands out and it's so cool.
Yeah, I always either had to go as a ghost. If we had old sheets, I could go as a ghost because mom would cut holes in them. Otherwise, she would just, oh, you're going to be a hobo and just basically make my face dirty with mascara.
So
Like, thanks, mom. Third year in a row, I'm a hobo
well, I was Superman for about 4 years running,
until you
and this
outgrew it.
was I outgrew it. And you know how on some of those superhero suits, how it has the little things to cover for your shoes, like how it has little flaps that cover your shoes. I started outgrowing it. So rather than get a new costume, my mom just cut off the shoe part and said, "Here." And then by the final time that I was like, I think it's 6th grade, I was like, "Mom, we bought this costume when I was in 3rd grade. I'm kind of outgrowing it."
I'm a
She said,
senior now, mom. I
She's
can't
like,
wear
"Mom, I'm going to prom. What are you doing here?" Uh, and she's like, "Well, then let's rip it up, and then you can be the Incredible Hulk." And I was like, "Okay, like we are so off on like I don't know." I was like, "I'll just be a ghost." Because
What
I'll be
was it? One
so
of the old Ben, was it the Ben Casey's that had the hard mask with the rubber band that went around it
yes.
with a little slit for the mouth that everybody would stick their tongue through, and you get a paper cut on your tongue.
Yeah. You're like, "Trick or treat," and then when you take the mask off, your lip and tongue is bleeding. You're like, "Did Superman get in a fight?" Like, "No, he was
Yeah,
just saying trick or treat."
and the little plastic apron had the ties in the back that always broke.
Oh my gosh, I tell
But
you,
at
man,
least you guys had a warm Halloween down here. In Indiana, it's snowing most of the time on Halloween, so you'd wear that, then you'd wear a coat over your costume. So why even bother with the costume?
you might as well just like, I live in Alaska. This is my costume. Thank you. Yeah, no, I was tired of being that's why I don't really want to be the superhero thing. Because after you're Superman, especially at a point in time in your life when you're growing,
Mhm.
yeah, it's not really good. I look like a Superman that was about to explode, like the S is stretching. So it looks like
Seams all breaking open.
the costume looks like it's saying, "Shh."
It's like, "Joey, take me off."
It's like, "I can't do this no more. This guy's the man of Pan Dulce. Stop wearing me." Not the man of steel, he's the man of carbs. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Before we get out of here, I thought we would run through some because it is, spooky season, some of the best horror sequels. Okay. There's a
Sequels.
list that was put together. Let's see who put this bad boy together. It
For
looks
scary
like
or funny?
they're saying best.
Because
As
Nightmare on
far
Elm
as
Street started going humorous with their sequels.
which one did you say? Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah, their sequels started getting more humorous than they were scary.
So Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors.
Warriors.
Yes, that's actually number 8 on this list. So let me go ahead and let me run it down for you. I'll take it from 5 to 1, all right? So number 5, Friday the 13th part 6, Jason Lives.
Yeah, I quit watching after part 3 in 3D.
Yeah, no,
Then Jason went to space, and
that's right.
Jason took a vacation at Disney. I mean, Jason met Ernest.
Oh my god, see? That's an idea we would need. Jason met Ernest, that's a good one. Aliens
Oh
came in
yeah,
at number 4.
yeah, good one.
Psycho 2. I didn't know there was a part 2, to be honest.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Yeah, 1983, Psycho 2 came out. So that one's news to me. Okay. Dawn of the Dead, 1978. Dawn of the Dead. And
Sequels or
then
remakes? That one's had about 20 remakes.
right. And then the best sequel ever is The Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah.
Who made this list?
I'm looking for who made this list so we can blame them and
Yeah.
shame them into this list that they put together. Some other names, some recognizable sequels that made the list. Scream 2, which I think that was one of the best Screams.
Yeah,
So
I can
I
get behind
kept
that
up
one.
with I kept up with Scream. I think after the third one, I didn't watch the new one that they just had. I was kind of over it. But yeah, 1, 2, and 3, but the second one seemed to have been the best one because of that movie, we got a Scary Movie from the Wayans brothers. Now that's a movie
True
right
enough.
there.
Yeah. Is Halloween on that list anywhere?
No Halloween
What?
on here. So you got A Quiet Place Part 2, The Exorcist 3, and Hellbound Hellraiser number 2 made the lists. So no Halloween on here. I'm actually kind of shocked.
Yeah, because they just
Oh,
came out with another new Halloween.
right. Okay. It says check out the rest of the list. It does not include a single Halloween sequel, which yeah, no, they said it doesn't, not one single Halloween movie makes this list.
I'm invalidating that whole list right now.
Right? Like, how does not Halloween any of them make it? Like, yeah. So whoever this is, I should have looked up the source so that way we can blame them for who was
Sir, you are
responsible for
no
this.
aficionado.
Like, how dare you like, and I was like, seriously, like not one, and they only made like 16 of those movies. So
And they're
yeah,
still
no.
making them. They didn't stop.
Did you finally see the latest one?
Halloween Ends or Halloween
Yeah.
Kills?
Is it Ends?
The new one that just came out was Halloween Ends. I
Yes.
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, Jackie said it was really good. Jackie don't watch movies, and so she was like, it was great. Jackie's everything horror movies. She is your expert. Lifetime
That's her
movies,
genre. Yeah.
Lifetime movies. This guy, totally opposite.
50 Shades of Grey. The
I
Notebook.
mean, what can I
The
say?
Lake
Hey,
House.
they were meant to be together forever, Troy.
It's when you cuddle up with a box of Kleenex and some ice cream.
Yeah, it's like I thought they were gonna end up together, but they didn't. Turns out it was notes from the future. Yeah, I'm telling you, you think I'm joking? I really did watch these movies. Oh my gosh. Guys, this has been another edition of Zia Comic Weekly. Just a reminder, Halloween Fest tomorrow, 4 to 7 o'clock. Go and check it out. We're going to be out there. Like I said, it's going to be a lot of fun. The costume contest, you're going to want to get out there. Limited entries per category. So first come, get on that list before it fills up. Because I'll tell you right now, those spots will fill up. So you're going to want to get there, get signed up, and we'll be able to get everything underway. Of course, thanks to our friends at Zia Comics jumping on board with this. It's gonna be a lot of fun, Matt. You're not judging, right?
And I judge everybody, but I'm not judging the costume contest.
Okay, yeah, no. I was wondering because I was just like, that's a lot of pressure, and I've backed out of being a judge a long time ago because it's tough, man.
Now, I'm gonna have to sit at the gate and control how many people. The fire marshal only lets us let so many people in at a time, so that's gonna be me.
Oh, well, like I said, you're going to be able to see me from where you're at. You're going to be able to, as a matter of fact, you'll probably see me getting ready down the street. So
You'll have your own gravitational pull.
yeah, I really don't know. You may see this costume fall down the stairs. I just hope not, because there's not a lot of padding in it. So
That would make a great TikTok.
it really would. Speaking of TikTok, I can add that to my TikTok for my video of the week. Troy, they want to keep up with you. How can they find you on the socials?
We're all over the interwebs. I got the Facebook. We have Instagram, Twitter. We've got YouTube. I almost forgot YouTube.
I almost said MySpace.
And TikTok, MySpace.
I was like, wait, social media, MySpace. No, wait, that
No,
thing
Tom has abandoned me. Tom is no longer my friend.
I know Tom follows me on Twitter. Oh my gosh. And guys, of course, you can catch us on man, now I can't even remember what I'm on now. Hot 103's Big Show on Facebook, as well as Big Show on the FM on Instagram, Joey on the FM on TikTok. Go and check it out so that way you guys can catch up with all the things that we got going on. And until then, we do this every Thursday. You guys can catch us right here telling you all things nerdum. It's, of course, it's Zia Comics Weekly. We'll check you guys next week.
Later, nerds.